Today, we are really digging into a specific kind of pain point, one that digital product sellers everywhere will recognize.
Oh, yeah.
If your business model involves Etsy, maybe Kindle direct publishing, or perhaps you sell teaching resources on platforms like, say, Teachers Pay Teachers, you definitely know this scene. Your digital storage is basically, well, it's a graveyard, isn't it? Just full of unused potential.
Absolutely. We're talking about those forgotten private label rights packages you bought ages ago.
Yeah, or the huge folders of AI images you generated that one time.
Like get immediately abandoned.
Right.
Or the Clipart bundles you grabbed on sale and never actually, touched.
It's the paradox of plenty, as you called it before we started.
Yeah.
You have all these assets, but they lead straight to creative paralysis. Sellers know they should be creating things, right?
Yeah.
But the effort involved translating those raw bits into finished, professional-looking, high-quality products.
It demands skills maybe they don't have, or, and this is crucial, time they just can't spare. And that combination creates this immediate bottleneck. It results in, well, serious burnout, frustration over skill gaps, and worst of all, zero sales momentum. Even though they might have hundreds of dollars sunk into the source material.
You nailed it right there. The potential of this digital product model is huge. I mean, low creation cost, zero inventory, scalable income, freedom to work anywhere.
It sounds amazing on paper.
But structurally, most people hit a wall because the actual creation process is just agonizingly slow. It's what our sources today, Alessandro Zamboni and Carmen Chan, call the product pileup.
Yeah, where you manage to create one thing, get completely exhausted.
And then never even start the next 99 items just sitting there waiting.
That's the catch, exactly. And that's why our sources, who lay out their method in this detailed roadmap called Flash to Cash, well, they claim they found a way around this whole struggle.
A way to bypass it entirely.
That's the claim. Their breakthrough seems to revolve around a specific application of a pretty powerful, readily available tool. They give it a memorable name, Google's Nano Banana.
Google's Nano Banana. Okay. A provocative name, maybe a bit silly, but it sounds like they're positioning it as, well, a massive competitive edge.
Seems that way.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Before we get to the magic banana part, what is stopping people right now? Why can't they turn those forgotten purchases into actual sales? What are the real barriers?
Zamboni and Chan are very specific about this. They say most sellers crash into one of three really frustrating walls. And these walls stall volume, which, let's be honest, is absolutely key in this market.
Okay, wall number one.
The first is just pure, brutal, do-it-yourself burnout. The seller tries to make everything from scratch, maybe spends a whole day designing just one planner page or a few bits of clip art.
Oh, yeah, been there.
Right. So they produce maybe 2 or 3 products after a week of really intense effort, get totally exhausted by the tiny return.
And just walk away, the effort versus the output. It's just not sustainable.
That inefficiency is crippling, and often they try to fix that lack of speed by going, well, the expensive route.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the second wall, software overwhelm.
Ah, yes. The I need Photoshop trap.
Exactly. They think I must learn Photoshop or Illustrator to look professional, but instead they end up spending frustrating weeks, maybe months, just watching tutorials.
Trying to figure out complex menus, layers, shortcuts.
Yeah, wasting time, maybe money on subscriptions, and still the final product often doesn't have that professional polish you need to really compete on a crowded marketplace like Etsy.
It's a real-time drain.
And if they try to escape that learning curve by outsourcing, they slam into the third wall. And this one hurts the wallet the most. Freelancer frustration.
Okay, explain that one.
They hire designers on places like Fiverr or Upwork, right? But the process can be incredibly slow, it gets expensive fast, and often the product files you get back, well, they don't quite meet your specific needs or vision.
Right, so you spend $100, wait 5 days.
And you still have to tweak the files yourself. The speed you need to run a thriving shop just isn't there with these traditional methods.
And the sources really hammer home a pretty brutal reality check here, don't they?
They do.
They point out that the top sellers on these platforms, they aren't making one product a week. They're using systems that let them upload hundreds, maybe even thousands of unique listings every single day.
It's a numbers game at that level.
So if you're stuck spending 10 hours making just one product, you're not even playing the same game. You've basically just created a very time-consuming, maybe expensive hobby.
The structural advantage, the economic advantage, it goes to the seller who can minimize that time investment while maximizing the output. This system they're describing, it's entirely focused on bridging that gap, closing the distance between the slow, frustrated creator and the efficient, high-volume seller.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Because the engine for this huge leap in efficiency, is the tool they call Google's Nano Banana.
Right.
Now, they're positioning this not as some brand new expensive software you have to buy.
No, not at all.
But as a specific sort of advanced configuration of a Google chatbot, one they claim most people don't even realize exists, or at least don't know how to use for this kind of high volume creation.
Exactly. And the key element, the thing that makes it viable for mass production, is their claim that they show you how to use this tool completely free and without any limits.
Free and unlimited in the AI world.
That's the claim. You know, in generative AI, every prompt, every image can cost a cent or two, maybe more. If you remove that variable cost bottleneck,
then it becomes truly scalable. If you can generate 100 designs a day for literally zero recurring cost, that completely changes the profit calculation instantly.
it's a game changer, if true.
Okay, so let's assume the access is free and unlimited as they claim.
Mm-hmm.
What can this tool actually do for a digital product creator? What are the functions that supposedly replace hours of traditional design work?
Well, it seems designed to be a rapid transformation engine, either for existing assets you already own or for generating high-quality new assets from scratch instantly. The list they give is pretty extensive.
Like what? Give us some examples.
Okay, think about that generic clip art you bought years ago, the stuff everyone has. Nano Banana, they claim, can instantly edit that piece into a completely new, maybe trendier style.
So take a standard cartoon cat.
And transform it into, say, a sophisticated watercolor style. Or maybe a cute, high-selling kawaii style. Or even instantly generate a clean, scalable coloring book outline from a complex image.
Wow. That changes the math entirely, doesn't it? You go from having one asset that tons of people share
to suddenly having dozens of unique, restyled variations for different niches. Zero competition on those new styles.
And what about PLR? Private label rights templates. Those are notorious for being oversaturated.
They claim it handles those too, takes those templates, the ones you bought that hundreds, maybe thousands of others also have, and completely transforms them, turns them into fresh, unique products that sidestep the saturation problem.
Okay, that's huge for PLR users. What else? Production challenges?
Yes, it tackles key production hurdles. For instance, creating seamless digital papers. If you've ever tried manually tiling a pattern perfectly in Photoshop.
Oh, it's a nightmare. Hours of tweaking.
Right. This tool is claimed to create those seamlessly tiling designs automatically, essential for things like scrapbooking papers or print-on-demand backgrounds.
That alone would save people massive amounts of time. They also mentioned image cleanup. AI images can be quirky.
Definitely. AI tools are famous for generating images with small flaws, maybe a patchy watercolor background, a weird distortion on the edge of a character, fingers that look strange.
Yeah, the usual AI weirdness.
They claim the tool can clean up and polish those images, giving them a truly professional look, which is obviously vital for perceived quality on platforms like Etsy. You need things to look polished.
Okay, so editing, transforming, pattern creation, cleanup. Anything else major?
One more interesting angle, they even apply this power to branding. They apparently show you how to generate high-quality personal photos for your shop's About Me section.
Without a real photo shoot.
Okay. Without the expense and hassle of a traditional photo shoot, yeah. So it's positioned as more of a holistic system for building your shop, not just cranking out product assets.
Okay, I think we need to linger on the how for a moment. The technical side. Because that's what the speed promise comes from. This roadmap, Flash to Cash, it's presented as 9 video modules,
Yes.
right? Not just a quick tutorial.
Correct. It's a full system.
So what are the actual advanced skills they're teaching users to get these kinds of results?
Well, the training seems to take you right from the initial setup, like how do you even access this Nano Banana thing, including the free unlimited option they mentioned, right into the strategic application.
So beyond just basic prompts.
Oh, yeah. A core focus seems to be on advanced creative techniques, specifically using what they call in-painting and out-painting. These are key for creating those large, seamless patterns or expanding images.
Okay, break those down quickly. In-painting and out-painting. What do those actually mean for a digital seller? The terms sound technical.
They do, but the function is pretty straightforward and powerful. Think of it simply. Outpainting is the AI's ability to expand an image beyond its original borders.
Like making a picture bigger.
Exactly, but intelligently. If you have a small decorative element, outpainting lets the AI fill in the surrounding space, keeping the style consistent, so you can turn a tiny graphic into, say, a full digital paper.
Ah, okay, I see. And inpainting.
Inpainting is the reverse, letting the AI fill a gap within an image or change something specific inside it. For seamless patterns, this is critical. You can use it to fix errors, remove unwanted elements, or more importantly, make sure the edges of your pattern tile perfectly when repeated.
No, it fixes the seams automatically.
It eliminates that manual guesswork and endless nudging that designers struggle with. That's how they can claim to create production-ready digital papers so quickly. The AI solves the visual continuity problems.
Got it. That makes sense. Using the AI to do the heavy lifting on the tedious parts.
Precisely. And the roadmap connects that creation speed directly to sales strategy. It's not just, here's how to make stuff fast.
It's about making it sell.
Exactly. That's why they apparently dedicate a whole module just to creating high-impact, scroll-stopping Etsy thumbnails. Because you could have the absolute best product.
If your thumbnail doesn't grab attention and get the click, it's basically invisible. Right, dead in the water.
Right, so they're integrating the creation speed with essential marketplace tactics. The goal isn't just to make things, it's to turn the user into a proper high-volume business owner.
Which makes sense. You need both sides.
Which is why the final part of the training leads up to a detailed 30-day action plan. This plan sounds crucial.
Why crucial?
Because creating one product quickly, that doesn't change your life, right?
Yeah.
But scaling your shop by keeping that volume up for a full month, that potentially does. They promise a structured plan to take a shop from zero momentum to a reliable business income.
And that includes specific techniques too.
Yeah, things like creating graphics that instantly move characters to entirely new locations or settings, allowing for easy niche product variations without starting from scratch each time.
Okay, this promise of efficiency, it sounds great, but we need to ground it. It's easy to claim speed. The so what for our listener is how drastically this system claims it can change their actual day-to-day production schedule and ultimately their profitability.
And the sources provide 3 really compelling scenarios to illustrate that claim shift. They really underscore the difference.
Okay, let's hear them. Scenario 1.
Look first at the PLR refresh. Imagine you bought that bundle of, say, 50 generic coloring pages. Hundreds, maybe thousands of other sellers have the exact same files. That's just massive competition.
Yeah, the value proposition of PLR drops fast.
Right. But with this system, the claim is you take those 50 pages and instantly restyle them. Maybe turn them into a Halloween theme, then do a winter theme, then maybe a kawaii style.
Ah, so multiplying the value.
Instantly. You've potentially created dozens of unique, zero competition products, all derived from that one oversaturated source. It completely neutralizes the main risk of using PLR.
Okay, that's turning a market liability into an opportunity. Very clever. What of that professional designer? The one who already knows Photoshop and might be skeptical.
Scenario 2 highlights the time-saving designer. There's a case study mentioned in the source. This person reported spending 2 full hours manually editing complex backgrounds or fixing annoying details in Photoshop for just one printable product.
2 hours on one product. Yeah, that sounds about right for complex edits.
After implementing the Nano Banana system, she claims those same complex changes took less than 2 minutes.
2 hours down to less than 2 minutes.
That's the claim. Think about the scale of that. 2 hours slashed to 120 seconds. If a seller typically makes, say, 40 products a month,
That saving adds up incredibly fast.
it cuts literal days, but potentially weeks out of her monthly workload, allowing her profit and production volume to just explode, potentially, without sacrificing quality.
Days saved for minutes spent. That efficiency claim is, well, it's staggering if it holds up.
It really is. And the final scenario targets the newcomer. The person who might be feeling discouraged, maybe on the verge of quitting.
The one overwhelmed by it all.
Exactly. The printable seller's breakthrough. The sources describe a seller like this, just totally overwhelmed by the complexity and the slow sales drip. After adopting the flash-to-cash system, she claims she was able to create a full week's worth of products in one single afternoon.
A week's worth in an afternoon.
That's what they report. This rapid output let her flood her Etsy shop with new listings really quickly, which in turn immediately generated the sales momentum and, just as importantly, the confidence she'd been lacking.
Because high volume is often the only way to really test the market effectively, find out what works, and this speed seems to provide that volume almost immediately.
It fuels the testing cycle.
I also want to quickly circle back to the bonus content mentioned in the source material, because it shows another layer of adaptability with this tech.
Yes, the exclusive bonus. It includes 10 premium prompts, they say, specifically optimized for this Nano Banana tool.
And what's interesting about the output from these prompts?
What's fascinating is the kind of output they focus on. Really high-value, unique items. Things like photorealistic figurines, or real people rendered as yarn dolls, or intricate Japanese dioramas. Very specific, potentially high-demand niches.
So not just standard clip art or patterns.
Right. And the authors emphasize that the results from these specialized prompts, they can be resold on totally different platforms.
Yeah.
Like offering unique graphic assets to clients on Fiverr.
Creating a whole separate income stream beyond just Etsy or KDP.
Exactly. It paints this picture of ultimate digital flexibility.
Okay, so let's tie this all together. We began this deep dive talking about the pain, the creative paralysis, the burnout. The central promise here seems to be a reliable way out of that frustration. The authors are essentially promising a profound lifestyle shift. Instead of staring at a blank screen or wrestling with Photoshop layers for hours, you're potentially rolling out of bed, opening a prompt interface, maybe typing a few words, creating a new product in minutes, and uploading it, all while knowing you supposedly have this reliable, high-volume income system running in the background.
So what does this all really mean for the listener? This technology, this whole system, it's being pitched directly as a solution to very real, very common financial fears.
Yeah, the sources are pretty upfront about that.
They mention the anxiety of covering tuition fees or unexpected car repairs or just achieving some basic financial security. The implication is clear. Those fears diminish or even disappear when you have a system that lets you reliably create a market-ready product in, well, they claim as little as 30 seconds sometimes.
30 seconds for a product that could potentially sell for $10, maybe $20 over and over again, if that kind of workflow is even remotely achievable.
The potential for high volume, almost automated income becomes incredibly compelling. It shifts the seller's position entirely from paralysis and scarcity to consistent production and volume.
Which leads us directly to the final provocative thought raised within the Flash to Cash material itself.
Yeah, they really lean into this. They stress that every single day you wait, every day you hesitate to implement some kind of rapid creation strategy.
Other sellers are adopting these high-speed systems. They're building their shops, they're getting listings up, and they're making sales. Sales that, as the source puts it, could have been yours.
It's a strong call to action based on FOMO, fear of missing out.
So if a free, reliable, and genuinely fast system for mass product creation truly exists and becomes widespread, well, this changes the entire competitive landscape, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It suggests the future definition of a competitive seller might not be about having the absolute best design skills honed over 10 years in Photoshop.
It might be more about the speed and volume with which you can enter, test, and maybe even dominate new niche markets.
Which implies the saturation level we already see on platforms like Etsy, Kindle, Teachers Pay Teachers. It could be about to hit warp speed.
The race is clearly on then. To master these new tools, leverage the volume they offer before the rest of the market fully catches up.
That's certainly something for you, the listener, to chew on, especially as you maybe glance over at the contents of your own digital product graveyard.
Indeed. We've given you the roadmap from these sources to consider.